Really, I thought, I've been a part of other advisory councils, and I just thought they would give us a bunch of information and that would be it. But it's really been good. I mean, we've gone on trips to treatment facilities, to water facilities, and I've been here my whole life, and I thought I knew a lot of stuff that goes on, but I've learned a whole lot on the trips they've taken us on. There's a few changes that we've made they showed us the new billing. We had some suggestions, on changes to make, and they were great to get back with us the very next month. Yep, we've made these changes. We've taken in what you guys asked us to do, and they've been great. Doing things for the community is great. So it's nice that every time I look at a bill now, I say, hey, I had a part in changing that a little bit. So it feels good to do stuff for the community. Well, anybody who wants to join CAG is great. Matter of fact, I've already talked to a lot of people. It's an opportunity to come and learn, or even to do the tour. I've tried to get some people to come be a part of the tour and make some changes. I mean, one of the things I learned too is we're one of the best in the state. They've been diamond rating for like 5 terms in a row or something like that. And it's nice to know that our utilities is one of the best in the state, but also one of the best in the nation. So it's good for people in the community to know, that all the stuff they do besides just provide us with water and electricity and sewage, it's good to know the other activities that we get involved with too. I loved it. I mean, hopefully I get to spend a little bit more time on it and then let somebody else. I would love for a lot of people to have the opportunity to come in here and put their input and to learn. So it's been very rewarding for me.
I learned more of the intricacies of what goes on behind the scenes. I was actually familiar with PWC back when they were on Person Street as a reporter, and then as a city employee, I had interactions with people that work for PWC. But it was always in an office setting or something like that. But I never got to see what goes into some of the campaigns and the information that you guys try to put out. I never realized all the details that were involved in getting it out. The most rewarding thing about being on the CAG is getting to know how things work ahead of time, getting to know what's coming up before most of the public gets, and then being able to talk to my friends about PWC, with a little bit more of a knowledge of what goes on behind the scenes. I've had friends ask me questions and possibly had some complaints because I lived in an area that initially wasn't supposed to get the sewer system for quite a while, and they felt like they're being cheated, so to speak. But with the coming of the highway, things have been ramped up to get. So we're seeing progress now. If it's progress, we're seeing people surveying, putting stakes in our rights of way and things like that. So yeah, it's knowing what's going on is kind of nice. I like to know what's going on, and there's always something new that we get briefed on every month. Well, the one thing that really I didn't realize is to the extent that PWC is involved in community projects. I'd see on occasion being at an event and handing out water, but the amount and the extent of what PWC does for the community is really enlightening. I remember back in the day when you had maybe 1 or 2 interns. Now you have interns in all sorts of departments. That's new. Now I didn't realize that was happening till this year. I always thought it was the onesies and twosies, and it's the guys that from the engineering school up the road that you need in the summer to do surveying or things like that. But you have interns in almost every department now. That's interesting.
As a PWC customer, obviously I like to be involved in the community and kind of know what's happening in terms of my own personal experience with our hometown utility. In my capacity with United, I'm the CFO and COO for United Management and United Management 2, and we are a property management company here in Fayetteville. We've got probably within the Cumberland County area, we've probably got 3,000 apartment complexes and offices and clubhouses and things like that. So we have many accounts through PWC. So we have a large footprint. And so any decisions that are made at PWC or rates increases, any of that type of services that you have highly affect us as a customer, but also affect our tenants. And so we're always wanting to be a better service industry for our own tenants and to, kind of be a voice for them. Sometimes when they have questions, we have a lot of elderly properties, a lot of people that don't comprehend kind of what's on their bill and things like that. And so just for us as a property management company to be educated to kind of help field those calls for our tenants as well. What I've really been impressed with is that you listen. You're really willing to listen to the feedback from your customers. Matter of fact, I've even considered doing this at United as well, because I think anytime you have a large organization, you've got a huge amount of people that you're trying to meet the needs for. You really need to hear from them. I think that's been great. I've kind of taken back, especially when it comes to your billing, because I have an accounts payable department in my office and we have a lot of accounts. And so kind of working through the billing process, your new changes of rates and that kind of thing, it's been good to kind of have a little bit of insight on why the why behind the what. So when someone gets that bill or has that change and they don't comprehend why, then all of a sudden you can kind of explain, okay, the off-peak season and that type of thing. It's been really good for us. I think that if you are involved in your community in any capacity, whether you're involved in a church or a school or just your local neighborhood, or you have friends besides yourself that have public PWC, I think that it's a great opportunity to be a voice for them. Oh, and also I got to give kudos on the hurricane. You guys are great on the hurricane. So obviously we at United had lots of tenants that were affected by both Florence and Matthew, and it was wonderful for us having that direct communication with you if there was any issues with our tenants. And I think that having that kind of insight on what's happening and what you guys are doing is great for anybody who wants to be involved. I think it's been very educational, and I would suggest anybody to do it.